Let's take you to KZN now, where the Cooperative Governance MEC, Reverend Thulasizwe Buthelezi, says 79 people have been left homeless due to recent floods in the province. He visited affected areas today to assess the damage. One person has sadly died and 2 others remain missing. Buthelezi joins us now to tell us more about developments in this regard. MEC, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. Let's start with the 2 missing persons. Do we know, as we speak tonight, whether they have been located yet?
Well, good evening, Oli, and thank you for this opportunity. Indeed, for the last 2 days, the KZN search and rescue teams have been on an intensive search and rescue mission to try and retrieve the 3 missing people. Yesterday, one body of a female was retrieved, and today we went back again on site to see if there would be any retrieval of bodies taking place. But unfortunately, as we speak, the 2 people are still missing, and the search and rescue efforts will continue tomorrow in and around Umshwati area.
Yeah. The 2 missing persons, MEC, before I move on, is it still a search and rescue effort, or has this now become a recovery operation?
Well, I'm not sure how you term it, because we were there today with the South African police, and even the divers were still trying to see what can be retrieved. More than that, there was even a clearing of the shrubs to see what can be recovered. So anything is possible, Oli. But what is important is that we have been able to secure the rest of the victims to ensure that they do have shelter, they do have food, and that they do have clothing. But we will do our best again tomorrow to carry on the recovery mission.
Yeah, you're touching exactly on the next line of questioning I want to pursue, and that is the immediate relief measures, particularly for the people who have been displaced from their homes. I'm just reading from your statement here, and you are saying that some 50 homes have been partially damaged, while 67 are totally destroyed. So what do the people need at a time like this?
Well, we are faced with a situation, Oli, where more than 107 homes have been destroyed, and the provincial government, led by Premier Thamsanqa Ntuli, has gone out in full force to coordinate relief efforts, such that the Department of Human Settlements has begun to erect the temporary residential units. The MEC for Public Works in the province has made available 2 unused schools in the area so that victims can put up there, especially those who do not have housing. The Department of Health is on the ground to ensure that the people do get even access to medication. And the Provincial Disaster Management Center is ensuring that all government efforts are coordinated. Therefore, having been there for the better part of today, I can assure the public that the victims of this flood have been settled, they have been allocated temporary housing, they have been fed hot meals, and we have even distributed blankets to ensure that they are protected from the cold weather.
MEC, it's a message that we just, I suppose, have to constantly push, particularly during these unpredictable weather seasons, and that is for people who build on floodplains. How much more does government need to do or say in order to discourage people from building on floodplains? I looked at the new Hanover houses yesterday as my colleague was down there reporting yesterday, and the houses are literally built right next to the river bank. And that's why the water completely submerged the houses, and if not submerged, it swept away much of the structures. How dangerous is this, and why is it that people continue to do so, though?
It is very tragic, Oli, because the bank of the Njasuti River, where these houses were built, the municipality denied them permission to build the houses. And in spite of their permission being denied, they forcefully built their structures on top of the riverbank. And those houses which are away from the riverbank were not affected. But when we went to see the deluge today, there is no way those houses could have survived because they are literally built on top of the river. And we are continually urging people to stay away from the floodplains, to refrain from building on the riverbanks. And it is a message that we will keep on saying over and over again up until people get the message. And it's unfortunate that in the process, lives now have been lost.
Yeah. MEC, we are at the tail end of our conversation, and allow me to move the conversation slightly away from the flood situation. We are hearing developments suggesting that there could be a motion or a vote of no confidence against the Premier, Tamintuli, and this could be as early as tomorrow. What do you know about this? And if indeed it does go ahead, how confident are you that he's going to survive this? You and him come from the same political party.
What we do know, Xoli, is that the people of KwaZulu-Natal have a renewed sense of hope ever since Premier Tamintuli came into office. He has directly dealt with the issue of crime by putting the safety and police portfolio in his own office. He has securely dealt with the issue of illegal immigrants, and he has dealt with corruption. Now, therefore, those who have been benefiting from corruption and those who see the great work that Premier Tamintuli and his team are doing can try all these shenanigans and these theatrics which they are doing, but unfortunately the Premier is focused on his work. Just tomorrow, the Premier will be engaging with the communities of eThekwini. He is not disturbed by this sideshow. The Premier enjoys the confidence of the people of KwaZulu-Natal. He enjoys the confidence of the members of the legislature, and he will not be deterred by these sideshows on the very important task of leading KwaZulu-Natal, which has been entrusted to him by the people.
For the record, who sponsored this motion?
Well, I'm not sure of the details. The whole day, Oli, I've been on the ground, but whoever may have sponsored the motion, that motion will not succeed because the Premier is leading from the front. He is leading a clean administration, and he is leading a very fierce drive to create jobs and build the economy of KwaZulu-Natal.
Cooperative Governance MEC in KwaZulu-Natal, thank you very much for your time. Thulasizwe Buthelezi talking to us about the flood situation. That's primarily the reason for talking to him, that devastating situation that's taken place there in KZN.